is one of two types of printing methods within the offset printing process. The main difference between the two is web-fed uses one single sheet of stock in a roll through the press, whereas sheet-fed uses individual sheets of stock through the press. Web-fed printers are far more expensive than sheet-fed printers. They also are much larger. They are 4 to 5 times faster than sheet-fed machines and come with cutting and folding systems within the printer, turning paper into the final product in one process without the need to move the job to another machine. Offset printing is the process of transferring an inked image from a metal plate that is oiled in areas and wet with water in others. The ink is then transferred to a rubber plate and finally onto the desired stock. The oiled areas of the metal plate accept the ink and will print image, and the damp areas will reject the ink and will leave it blank. This process is repeated 4 times through the press, if it's a 4-colour job. Once for cyan, once for magenta, once for yellow, and once for black. The stock is then dried in one of 2 ways. Cold set, where the ink is set by absorbing naturally into the stock, and heat set, where the ink is set by hot air in drying systems. Cold set is used for products of lower quality, like newspapers, flyers, supermarket catalogues, etc., where uncoated stock is used. Heat set is used for higher quality print jobs, like magazines, high-end catalogues, and coated stocks. When compared to digital printing, offset printing produces images of a higher quality. It is more cost-effective on larger print runs. It has a higher colour accuracy with Pantone PMS colours from start to finish and can print on other stocks besides paper. It can also be the cheapest option if the print run is large enough. The problem with offset printing is that it can be quite costly when only doing small print runs. This is due to initial costs of creating plates, setup, and cleanup. There is a longer turnaround for jobs, and there are also large costs for changes made during the print run, as the new plates need to be made. Web-fed printers generally have 4 main sections. The webbing system, where reels of stock are spliced together and loaded onto the press. The printing system, which is made up of 5 units. The first 4 units print the stock with the CMYK halftone image, and the 5th unit applies any spot colours or varnishes, etc. The printer commonly prints both sides simultaneously. This is called blanket-to-blanket printing. Sensors and tensioning rollers are used to keep the stock aligned and at the proper tension. Ink density and print quality are controlled by an automatic camera system that scans the print images, and samples are taken at regular intervals and checked by printers by eye. The drying system is made up of approximately 7 compartments. The first is the hottest and gradually lowers the further down the line the stock goes. Hot air blows across the stock, evaporating the solvents in the ink for at least 1 second. It is then run through a series of cooling rollers that drop the temperature of the paper to around 25 degrees. This temperature drop sets the ink and allows it to be cut and folded without cracking. A silicone mixture is applied to the stock to protect the ink and give a smoother look and feel. The final unit is the folding unit, which can cut and fold the web to various sizes. This is also the stage where pages are ordered into their correct pagination and finally bound if needed. How to find out if web-set offset printing is the right process for your job? Ask yourself a few of these questions. Is the job of high enough volume, a run of 500 or more? Can you afford to wait a long time for your products? Do you want to use stock other than paper to really give your product that extra something? Is perfect colour matching essential? Do you think your design will be set in stone with no last minute changes? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, then web-fed offset printing is more than likely the best option for your job.